What's packing? Welcome back to another episode of the What's Packing Sports Show. Five of them. We got five of them things, y'all. We got five things to talk about today, and I can't wait to break it all down. After every game, we like to break down the five things: who, what, when, where, and why the Green Bay Packers won or lost. And this year, there's been a lot more losses than wins. So there's been a lot of salty, bitter, head-scratching, and sometimes just downright dejected five things. I want to get back to being more consistent on uploading these to the YouTube channel. But if you don't know, we do the five things every week live on the Twitch stream, GDCHYLDTV. Go there, look me up on Twitch. If you haven't already, follow me there. Subscribe to the channel if you want to. Support your boy, and I would greatly appreciate it. But without further ado, man, we're going to get into these five things. And the first thing, as always, is who stood out. And look, man, this is really simple for me. I try to pick somebody on offense and defense and maybe even special teams. But this week, we got a twofer because my man, Keyshawn Nixon, number 25, holding down the nickel spot on defense as his role continues to expand. He showed up this game. He got himself an interception to seal the game in the fourth quarter. I was really, really happy for him. I'm really glad to see his development and his growth as a Packer as the season continues. And I mean, every single week he continues to improve in the return game on kickoff returns. And it's to the point now where I'm like, how did this dude even fly under the radar so long? My other standout on offense, look, you can't really say much else but Christian Watson, as I like to call him, instant offense, because this dude is like Quaker Oats, instant. You just pour it in and add a little water, and boom, he's scoring he's averaging 2 touchdowns over the last 4 weeks per game. The dude caught a touchdown, ran for a touchdown, and honestly, I think by the end of the year, he might be able to secure the Offensive Rookie of the Year award. The next thing is, what was my biggest takeaway? What was one of my biggest takeaway? I'll give you 3. Okay, the first one, way too much Aaron Rodgers. Once again, 18 of 31. Let's do the math real quick on that. And we want to do 18 divided by 31. Yeah, 58%, bro. That's trash. That's terrible for a future Hall of Famer. 182 yards and a touchdown. Honestly, we need to run the ball more. So Dillon and Jones combined for 27 total carries, 1 touchdown, and 119 yards. We know Jones was kind of dealing with some injuries off and on throughout the game, but Dillon, man, this was really one of his kind of breakout games. 18 carries, 93 yards. He was toting the rock well. The defense looked better with their captain back at the helm. With the conductor, I should say, the C is for conductor, because you know the D train was actually looked like it was back on track after getting ran over for 300 plus yards by Philly and really just not looking like themselves in the last couple of weeks. You have to remember, Rashawn Gary and Devondre Campbell have not been playing. Gary's still out. He's done for the season. But Devondre, he was back, and you could see it instantly how he just has a ripple effect on everybody else. And I was happy to see the defense got back on track, man. And so maybe it begs the question, does Joe really got to go? I posted a video, earlier this week, asking the question, does Joe got to go? What should the Packers do about the Joe Barry situation? But when you really think about it, if you factor in the injuries, and especially to their 2 best players over the past couple of weeks in Rashawn Gary and Devondre Campbell, it kind of makes sense. But you put Campbell back in the middle to kind of help Quay, the young guy, feel a little more comfortable. He doesn't have to shoulder all of the load and all the responsibility of getting everybody on track. And Campbell, he's a heat-seeking missile. He's smart. He's athletic. He just makes plays, and he just makes everybody around him better. So maybe Joe just needs more depth. I don't know. And my last takeaway was, as much as I hate to admit this, Justin Fields is going to be a problem for the next I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years for the foreseeable future. As long as he is in the North, he is going to be a problem. This dude, I mean, that touchdown run off of I don't know if it was a design run or if it was just a broken play, but he looked like he was about to get tackled for a loss, and then he literally just sticks his foot in the ground and outruns everybody. He is a special, special talent. So the Bears still suck, but Justin Fields is the real deal. Okay, the next thing is, when was the turning point? And I'm going to say the turning point for me was in the third quarter, about midway or about towards the end of the third quarter. The Packers were down by 7, and the Chicago Bears were threatening. They were threatening to score again and extend the lead to 14 if they were able to get in the end zone. But unbeknownst to the Bears, Jair Alexander, Dean Lowry, Preston Smith had other plans. 2 tackles for a loss on back-to-back plays by those 3 players pushed the Bears out of the red zone. But the Packers defense stepped up big time, pushed them out of the red zone, and forced the Bears to settle for a field goal, making it a 9-point lead, which is still 2 scores, but it's a much more manageable 2 scores than 14 points. And I think that really shifted the momentum back in the Packers' favor. And that was the only time that they scored in the second half. Make a note of that, because we're going to be coming back to that. That's called foreshadowing. All right. And then on the very next drive, A.J. Dillon scores on a beautiful run to narrow the gap. And the Packers, as we know, made the comeback. So that's my turning point for the game. The next thing is, where would you place this performance on a scale of 1 to 10? And I'm going to give them a 6.9. And I'll tell you why. A 7, I think, should be reserved. 7 or higher should be reserved for a more dominant performance and double-digit wins. Okay? That's what you call a convincing win in the NFL. Is any victory that is double digits. So 10 points or more. So the Packers, they won by 9. They didn't take the lead until like damn near the end of the game, like with 4 minutes to go or something in the fourth quarter. So this was a fight. This was a dog fight, a division dog fight. The upstart Bears, look, I always end the show by saying they still suck. But I mean, eventually, even a broken clock is right 2 times a day. So, I mean, the Bears, they're going to get it together for a season or 2 once every 15, 20 years. And, you know, they're going to challenge the Packers. And I can kind of see that coming with the advent of Justin Fields. And but I was impressed. I was impressed by this team. I mean, the way that Jalen Hurts ran all over them for 150-something yards, I really thought that Justin Fields could have had like 200 yards rushing or something ridiculous, shattered the NFL rushing record for a quarterback in a single game. But the defense stepped up. Devondre Campbell he came back and assumed his rightful place as the conductor of the D train. And the very last thing is why the Packers ultimately defeated the Bears to own the Bears yet again, 28-19. I'm going to tell you this. Let's just start right there. For those who say I'm an Aaron Rodgers hater, I'm not an Aaron Rodgers hater, but I'm also not an Aaron Rodgers apologist, and I damn sure am an Aaron Rodgers critic. So, but I give credit where credit is due, and I got to tell you what. This man said it out of his own mouth. I own you, Chicago. And damn it if it ain't true. He owns the Bears. He really does own the Bears. And I tell you who else owns the Bears. Matt LaFleur. He's never lost to Chicago since being the head coach of Green Bay. So that's the first reason why they won. The second reason why they won, like I said, the defense stepped up. They got back. The D train got back on track. And they only surrendered 3 points in the second half. The last thing is Watson and the running game got going. And it's like, we got to find ways to keep getting this young rookie starting to shine brighter and brighter each week. And they got to find ways to continue to get him involved in the game. Okay, that's it, man, for my 5 things. I want to know your 5 things in the comments below. Don't be shy. If you disagree. I love to have the debate. If you agree with me, let me get a thumbs up. Let me get a Go Pack Go in the chat. I would appreciate it, man. If you haven't done so already, hit that follow button. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Your boy would greatly appreciate it. To the next show, you know what it is. Go, Pack, go, and remember, the Bears still suck. 787, baby. Most wins all time in NFL franchise history. That's how you do it. G's up. Bears down.